Hello all you Geminians out there in the world. Welcome to my channel, Spirit Now Incorporated. Absolute pleasure to have you back with me this evening. I'm recording this in the wee hours of the morning of the 28th of August. We've just come off this beautiful sturgeon full moon in Aquarius at 29 degrees on the 22nd of August. I do hope that that beautiful full moon was a positive influence in your life. And we are now coming into September. We are currently in Virgo season. And before I get started on your oracle and tarot portion of this report this evening, I just wanted to give you a quick update on what's happening astrologically for you, generically speaking, for the sign of Gemini. The new moon on September 7th, forthcoming, will be falling in the sign of Virgo. And that for you will be showing up in your fourth house, Gemini. And your fourth house on the astrological wheel represents your home, like your foundation, your family, your deepest needs and desires, and the communications within that environment. Also, we have Mercury, the planet of communication, and Mars, the planet of action, also joining this new moon in Virgo. And those two planets are opposing Neptune in Pisces. And Neptune in Pisces falls in your 10th house. And the 10th house has to do with your business, your highest worldly aims, your career, your plans for your career, plans for business. And being that there's this opposition from Mercury and Mars, in your fourth house of home and family, opposing Neptune and Pisces in your 10th house of career, you're really wanting to be mindful of the communications that you're having within both of these areas, because Neptune, is the planet of illusion in its lower octave, and what Neptune is wanting us all to do is to evolve. So if you can come from a higher place of consciousness, aka spirituality, it will certainly help temper any communications that you have ongoing within your family dwelling, within your work environments. It's just really important not to allow Mars, the planet of action, to be too swift in your speech, because with it opposing the planet of Neptune when it's at its lower octave, which can be very illusionary in a water sign like Pisces, which is typically very spiritual, it can lend itself to a lot of misinformation and confusion, which can negatively affect both areas of your life. So I just wanted to let you know this, you Geminians out there, because the way out is to come from a place of higher elevation, higher consciousness, however you choose to envelop that, whether it's through prayer or meditation, what have you. It's just really important not to be impulsive in your speech or in any sort of actions that you want to take within the home or within your work environment, because it can not lend itself to healthy movement forward. The way to move forward in these types of energies is to move, navigate through them gingerly. So I did want to preface that before I get started with your reading, which I will be doing now. I'm going to start with the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. These are pre-shuffled, but I'm just going to give them a further shuffle before I lay out the most recent past energies that you have been dealing with, along with your current energies that you're moving through at present, and then a third card for your fourth energies that you'll be coming into for the very near future within the next couple of weeks. As we are coming into this new moon in Virgo, new moon in Virgo is going to be a very good time to plant your seeds of intentions and keep them positive. Because we're still battling with some heavy hitters with Saturn in Aquarius and Uranus in Taurus, and these larger moving planets are affecting all of us zodiacs around the world, throughout the balance of 2021 and into the first month or two of 2022. So that all being said, let's get started here with laying down these energies and see what's coming up for you, Gemini. I hope that you're all doing well. And thank you again very much for being with me here this evening. I hope you enjoy your report. This may not resonate for all of you, but for those that it does resonate with, I'm truly thankful for that. And thank you all for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. It is deeply appreciated. All right, Gemini, your first card out for your recent past energies, we have the Armadillo Spirit. I hope you can see that. It's a beautiful card, and it's confirming right here. It says set healthy boundaries. So you want to set those healthy boundaries within yourself so that you're not impulsive, as I just mentioned, with these energies that are going on with Mercury, the planet of communication, and Mars, the planet of action, in your fourth house, along with the new moon in Virgo, opposing that Pisces and Neptune energy. You want to be coming from a place that's elevated in speech, elevated in consciousness, and that will allow you to keep yourself in your lane, which is setting the boundary. It's setting the boundary for yourself to not be impulsive in speech or action. You want to be certain that you're coming from a soft and clear mindset, because with this Mercury opposition, Neptune and Pisces, it can lend itself to a lot of misinformation, and if that information is handled in an impulsive manner, it can not be a healthy move for yourself. So just bear that in mind. But it is in the upright. It's telling me that it is suggesting that the energies that you are holding within yourself, that you are making every effort to come from the place that I have just suggested, and that's very positive on your part, Gemini, to do so, because you've had a lot going on within your personal and professional environment this past year, and it's been pretty topsy-turvy for you. And it's not just been for you, Gemini. Don't feel singled out. It has been for every zodiac, because we all carry all the other influential planets in our natal chart. This is just a generic reading. This report is not going to resonate for all of you, but the general message here that is qualifying for all the zodiacs that I'm reading for. The messages are to come from a soft and healthy perspective in any dealings that you have currently within your energy field of your personal life or your professional life. So just wanted to confirm that with that card. Your second card out, which is for your current energies, you have the Giraffe Spirit. These are such beautiful cards, and it's in the upright, and it's very positive in that you are looking at the big picture. So that tells me that you are heeding the suggestions that I am making with these energies, at least that I hope you are, because you're wanting to look at the big picture, and the big picture is that of yourself and the life that you wish to manifest for yourself. And what that kind of life that you want is a life of peace and prosperity, because you've had enough of the other, self-induced or not. You've had enough of the other. You've realized it's not served any purpose for you. It's just a nothing but, be a continually feeding of negative energies, either from other people or, that which you have participated in that perhaps you didn't even realize you were. That's what Neptune and Pisces can do. It can be very, very confusing and very watery, because Pisces is a water sign. So you are choosing to step out of that and look at the big picture of your life and how you want to create it. And you're looking long term, because giraffes, You know, they have that very, very long neck, and they can look, you know, across the world because they're so, so tall. And that's what you want to do, and that's what you are attempting to do by pulling yourself out of that which is unhealthy, personally or professionally or both. You're wanting to create abundance. You have that beautiful radiant white light of spirit around your head, and you're wanting that to infiltrate your third eye, which is your chakra, your third eye chakra. That's the third eye. That's the eye of wisdom. That's the eye of the divine, and you're wanting to tap into that. And so in order to do that, you are making sure that you are creating the boundaries and removing yourself from negative energies that don't allow that beautiful light to come in. Because it wants to come in, you just have to let it. So that's very, very healthy to see, Gemini. Good for you. Your third card out for your future forthcoming energies, we have the Ant Spirit. And it did come up in the reverse. You know, ants are really positive energies, because, you know, all of these cards that we readers utilize as for our reports, they're energies. They're symbolic of energies that we're navigating through for healthy moves in whichever area of our life we choose. And for you, you're looking to build. You want to build. You want to have a new beginning. That's why you're looking. You know, your Giraffe Spirit, you're looking high above in the sky, and you're looking over the horizon about where you want to rebuild. It did come up in the reverse, which tells me that you're in the energies of wanting to rebuild. You haven't quite successfully done so yet. You're still in a holding pattern. I get this sense that instinctively that you're sorting out your finances, and aren't we all? You're sorting finances. You're wanting to take your resources and rebuild. And when you have found your beginning point, which you are searching for with this Giraffe Spirit by looking at the big picture, you will collaborate with the correct people to help you to rebuild. And I see this as a spiritual message, a professional message, as well as a personal message. I get the sense that you're transforming. Ants move the earth. You know, they're very, very important creatures, and they build. You know, they use their ground navigation to build upon the particles of sand that they obtain, or dirt, and they build upon it. And that's why we have anthills. They build monstrosities, and you can do that. You just have to make certain that you're looking at the big picture and walking away from that which has held you bound. And you want to set healthy boundaries for yourself. Walk away from the negative so you can see the overall picture, which is what you're attempting to do, so that you can start rebuilding your foundations. That's what this is all about in your current energies, and you're moving forward into it. You're just moving slowly, and that's all right, because slow and steady wins the race. And in order to build a healthy foundation, you have to build it properly so it doesn't get washed away by the waters, which is what Neptune and Pisces would do. Neptune is that elusive planet that can, you know, in its lower octave energy, can wash away that which we're trying to rebuild. So you're wanting to make certain that the new beginning that you're creating is planted on a solid foundation. And that's what ants do. Very nice to see, Gemini. Now let's clarify these cards, or these energies rather, with the Rider-Waite Tarot deck to get a little bit more detailed information. And we're going to take a look at this Armadillo Spirit first, which is talking about letting go of the energies that have held you bound, the negative energies. You're letting go of those. And let's see what we can clarify on this card for you, Gemini. What's this energy for Gemini? All right, Gemini. Let's cut the deck. Pardon me. So the first card we have out to clarify the Armadillo Spirit, Gemini. We have the Knight of Swords. That's what the Knight of Swords looks like in the upright. It did come up in the reverse. And again, this is in your recent past energies. That's just the negativity I was talking about that has been held, keeping you bound to the past. You're wanting to cut free from that. You're wanting to release yourself from those negative energies that have held you bound. So, that's what this is indicating in the reverse. You're just not quite certain, yet how to release that, but you will. You will. And my suggestion, the best way to do that is to just, if you're able to, come from a quiet place. Ask the universe to release you from that which is binding you, which is holding you stuck from being able to see the overall big picture of your life and creating a brand new foundation in your personal and in your professional life so that you can, rebuild a healthy foundation in your forthcoming energies. That's the best way to navigate through this Knight of Swords energy upside down. It's just clarifying what you've been going through in your recent past. And it's been pretty heavy. So, clarifying the Knight of Swords, we have the Death card in reverse. And the Death card is once again indicating that as much as you want to put a death to those negative energies, they're still, elusive to you. You're still not quite sure how to do that. But you will come into that. Again, remember, these are your past energies that you've been coming through. And you started off with a very healthy, positive, upright card in that you're looking to release that which has been binding you. And you're just not quite sure yet how to do that, but you will know. You will come into that very soon here. I'm positive that you will, through the balance of this reading, to give you some enlightenment as to how. And, time is fluid. It's not linear. So these energies will be playing out for the next probably a couple of weeks, if maybe a little less than that. And you will come through them. Just come from a healthy place. Go within and ask for peace from your source of renewal and recalibration, whichever label you put on it, whether you speak with God or whether you meditate, whatever name you put on it, whatever it is that helps you to find peace, to get through, past these negative energies, that's what you want to do so that you can, in your current energy, start looking at your overall picture and how you want to start anew. Very, very important, Gemini. And you're very much working toward that. So that's very healthy to see. Now, regarding the Giraffe Spirit and seeing the bigger picture, we have the Six of Swords. It came up in reverse. That just tells me you're in a holding pattern. You want to look at that overall picture, but if it were in the upright, I'd say you were already moving forward with it, like immediately. But you're not quite yet, because you're still letting go of these energies that have been binding you. You're doing some healing and you're trying to let go of those energies, and you're in a holding pattern right now before you can walk forward and see that big picture. But you'll come through this. So don't lose faith, don't lose heart. It's been very heavy energy time for all of us, especially around the world, and that affects us as well in our personal lives. The next card out we have, is the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands came up in the upright. This came out for Taurus as well. Like it was Taurus or Aries? I think it was Aries, actually. The Queen of Wands is a fire element. And she did come out in the upright, which is very, very positive, which tells me that pretty soon you're going to be out of this holding pattern and you're going to be taking action and moving forward to see the overall picture of how you want to recreate your new beginning. I don't know if you can see this. I'll hold them like this. So this is very, very positive. You want to create that overall picture and start anew. And this Queen of Wands is letting you come out of this holding pattern of not moving forward, of feeling stuck, and you're taking action and you're moving forward with your life. You're determined to do it, and you're very strong in doing it as well. This is beautiful, beautiful energy, Gemini, beautiful energy. Now for the Ant Spirit, where you're, in the throes of rebuilding your foundation and or wanting to, and you're thinking about how you're doing that, that's why the energy has come up in reverse. You're in the thinking process right now. You want to turn that around so that you can start building those new foundations and collaborating with the right people to build those foundations with. We have the Knight of Wands. Very nice to see. And the Knight of Wands, another fire element, came up in the upright, and that tells me that you are going to be collaborating with somebody, perhaps a fire sign. Fire signs take action, and he is in the upright, and he's got his wand over his shoulder. He's walking forward peacefully, and this to me indicates that I suspect this is your energy, Gemini, because you are an air sign, and air and fire mixes very, very well together. Fire needs air to fan the flame, and what fire brings to air is that it's needed. So you could be collaborating with a fire sign here, and this collaboration, which is indicated by the Ant Spirit as well, because it says time to collaborate, you're possibly meeting somebody that can help you in a collaboration to rebuild your foundation, personally and professionally. So that's very beautiful to see, very positive to see. And you're taking action toward it. You're walking peacefully toward that, as I suggested earlier. You're letting go of these past energies that have kept you bound. And you have the Queen of Wands here, which is you taking action and moving forward. There's your foundation that you're wanting to rebuild. And then you have another fire sign coming in, and whereas this is your energy mixed with another fire element energy to help you rebuild that foundation. They're both very positive, and they're both action cards. Fire is action. You're just being, it's just suggesting here with the Ant Spirit that you be very mindful of the steps that you take, which is indicative of what we were talking about earlier with the astrology, and that Mars and Mercury are opposing Neptune and Pisces, and that's why you have to be very mindful of your speech, how you're communicating with your collaborator to help you build that foundation that you want to build in your personal life as well as in your professional life. And that when you do that, it will turn out to be very successful, because you will be coming from a place of peace, because that's the energy that you want to envelop. That's the higher octave of Neptune, which can be very, very helpful. And even though it's in Pisces, it won't get washed away because it comes from the universe. So please bear that in mind as you're moving forward here in your current forthcoming energies. Very, very beautiful, Gemini. And your third card out, you have the Hangman. You have the Hangman that came up in the upright, which is confirming beautiful, beautiful, positive action forward, Gemini. The Hangman is an energy of elevated spiritual consciousness. That is so beautiful, and that's what you're allowing to guide you in your whole new recreation of your life. It's like you're transforming your whole life, personally and professionally, and you're letting go of all this upheaval, and you're putting it away. You're putting it to bed. Let it go. It's done. It's not coming back. You don't have to deal with it anymore. And you're healing in your current energies. You're healing of those negative impressions that you've been concurring with and dealing with in the most recent past. And you are now moving forward, rebuilding your foundation with the collaboration of a fire element energy and elevated spiritual consciousness to rebuild your whole life, personally and professionally. Absolutely beautiful, Gemini. So, so strong and very, very positive. So happy to see that for you. Now I just want to clarify the balance of this reading with a card from the Enchanted Map Oracle deck. Let's clarify. The balance of this reading. Thank you so much again, all you Geminians, for tuning in with me this evening. I do hope that this report has resonated for you. The key message here is to come from a higher place of consciousness. Let go of the negativity of the past. It hasn't, all the energy you've put into that hasn't served you. And release it. Release it so that you can continue to heal and rebuild your whole life. You're gonna rebuild your personal life and your professional life with a very strong foundation, because ants build solid hills. And that's what you want to build. You want to build a solid foundation with whomever you're collaborating here with. This could be a Sagittarius or an Aries or a oh my god, Leo, fire signs. Fire signs are indicative of the wands, and those are the signs that resonate with that. And you're coming from an elevated spiritual place of consciousness to rebuild that foundation. So stay focused on that. Let the past go. Stay focused on what you want now in your life. How you want to see your life in the next 5 years, 10 years. And that will help you to lay the foundation, because that's part of seeing the bigger picture, is to look forward, look ahead 5-10 years. So when you start to rebuild your foundation, of which you're currently working toward right now, you'll make certain that that foundation is strong. So that's really important to focus on. All right, Gemini, so an overall final message for the balance of this reading for Gemini. What do we have? What's the final message we can give Gemini? All right, Gemini. The final card we have out for the balance of your message is Wide Open. Beautiful. Beautiful, Gemini. Oh, I'm so happy to see this. This is excellent. Wide open. So you are wide open. Here you are. Let me just put this in a proper order. Here you are wanting to look at that overall big picture. Here's the fire element of action that is giving you the strength to do so and releasing the past. To see wide open the overall big picture, and you have the dove of peace flying above you. You have the number 42 symbolic in the sign of the numerology, which reduces to a 6, and 6 means change and forward movement. You've walked up this cliff, and you're standing in front of the heavens, and you're allowing the elevated spiritual consciousness within your being to direct you to the proper collaboration that you require to build this beautiful foundation that you want to build with the ant spirit. This is absolutely beautiful. And you're opening your entire being, I beg your pardon, you're opening your entire being to allow you to be able to do that. This is absolutely beautiful, Gemini. So happy to see this for you. It's very positive. It's strong. It's supported by the divine. Look at all this beautiful white light that's surrounding you. This beautiful white light, which is also showing itself here in the giraffe with the 3rd chakra eye. All that white light is coming in, that radiant light is coming into your 3rd eye, which is going to allow your instincts to collaborate with the proper element. Could be a fire energy, doesn't have to be, but it appears to be, because you've got 2 elements of fire energy in this spread. And your elevated spiritual consciousness, which is supported by seeing your new foundation as wide open. You're wide open to receiving all the blessings that the divine has for you in building your life, personally and professionally, by releasing those past energies. Congratulations, Gemini. This is an absolutely beautiful reading. It certainly coincides with the astrological energies of the planets that we have forthcoming here with this new moon coming up on September 7th in Virgo. Plant those positive seeds of intention, Gemini. Keep them positive. It will help you rebuild your whole life. Thank you for joining me this evening. I'll see you soon with mid-month updates. Have a really great evening and a really great balance of August and beautiful first 2 weeks of September. Thank you, Gemini. Good night.